some people feel just too silly ordering IHOP's Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity Breakfast. I mean, it is a goofy name for 2 eggs, 2 bacon, 2 sausage, and 2 pancakes with your choice of fruit topping.
But you'd have to be a real wimp to be embarrassed by something like that. I'll have the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity Breakfast.
Nobody does breakfast like IHOP does breakfast.
Coffee, too.
The Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity Breakfast Special, just $3.49 Monday through Friday at your local IHOP.
We're often asked, how can we offer such low prices and fast service on our custom-made dentures? It's no secret. Each dental office has its own on-site lab, so we can offer our products at prices that fit your budget. Plus, an on-site lab means quicker service, some that same day. So if you're looking for an answer to your dental needs, just call 1-800-4-OUR-SMILE. Denture Care. Great people, great prices.
You're watching WYFF-TV. This is News 4 this hour. Sponsored in part by Darlene Valancourt, your nationwide agent in Nashville.
Good morning, I'm Sterling Benson. President Clinton is turning his attention to international affairs today. He's meeting with the UN Secretary General to discuss airdropping supplies into Bosnia. And Georgia Governor Zell Miller has declared 9 counties disaster areas after violent storms ripped through the state on Sunday. Now he hopes to get federal aid to help with the cleanup. More news in an hour on WYFF News 4.
Let's say you're the mother of a teenage girl. She comes home from high school and she says she's in love with another girl. Today we're talking to young lesbians I'd like you to meet. 16-year-old Angela with her new girlfriend Kimberly, who's 21, Laura, who is 16, Allison, who's 17, Amy, who's 18, and 17-year-old Melissa with her 18-year-old girlfriend Mary. I'd like to welcome you all to the show. I'm going to start with Angela. You are 16 years old.
Yep.
Now, I was talking to you before the show. You had all, at some point, been with boys.
Right.
You've all slept with boys.
Mm-hmm.
How old were you when you slept with a boy?
I was 12, and
12?
yeah, and I don't know, wasn't right, so I just kind of like, in the middle of it, I was like, wait a minute here, so
But you were 12 years old, I mean,
well,
what was wrong with it?
part of it was probably because I was questioning at the same time. I was like just starting to think, well, wait a minute, something's not right, because I dated a lot of guys, and like after a few days, I mean, you know, the chase was cool, but then after a few days after that, it was like, this is bogus, so I just kind of...
Did you do it again after you were 12 with any
No.
boy? That was the only time?
Mhm.
And then, when did you start feeling that that you were lesbian? Is it okay to use that word? I always am uncomfortable with it because my friend who's gay doesn't like the word. She says, I hate that word, say I'm gay.
That's very common. A lot of us don't like the word lesbian. We like, I don't know, we just, gay woman.
I do that. I do. I want to...
It's either, you know, dyke or gay woman or, you know, but...
labels, basically.
All right, but I don't want to be politically incorrect, so can I just say gay? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's cool.
Just kind of, all right. So maybe he was just like how old was the boy when you were 12?
He was 15.
Well, what if that had been a good experience, you would have done it again, right?
No.
How do you know?
Because
you knew you liked girls then.
No, well, see, it's like I was saying how I dated the guys, you know, just like little boyfriend, junior high deal. And it just wasn't right.
But didn't you sort of...
Well, see, the thing is that I started thinking, well, is this really what love is supposed to be like? You know, I mean, so I just kind of started thinking, well, what about girls? You know, because I'd watched the show or something on being a gay woman or something like that, and I was like, well, maybe that's what I am, and then that's
When did you first start thinking that you were gay?
I was 13.
At 13. So it was after the thing with the boy.
Right.
But didn't you kind of fall in love with the guy after that?
Well, my sophomore year, which was last year, there was a guy who I met, and he treated me the way I wanted to be treated. He never, ever pressured me into anything. He said, I told him right from the beginning that sex for me was basically out of the question until I ever felt like discussing it. I knew I was gay then. I was out.
You came out at what age? At 13?
Oh, no, this was last year, whenever I was 15.
But when did you come out about being gay?
Oh, 13.
At 13?
Yeah.
Are you now in high school?
Yeah.
Okay. So was it a sexual relationship in any way with this guy?
No, it wasn't.
But you were in love with him?
I wasn't in love with him, but I did love him. Because he treated me the way I wanted to be treated. He treated me like...
Did he pursue you sexually?
He did in the very beginning, and that's when we started talking about sex. And I said that I would rather not discuss it until I'm ready. And he said, that's cool. He never brought it up. He told me, you know, when I was ready to talk about it, it was up to me. And all while we were going out, he was just, you know, like my buddy.
What, you said you knew when you were 13 that you were gay?
Right.
How did you know? What did you feel that you knew?
Well, that's about the time whenever I started thinking about what it would be like to be with another woman and the feelings that I was feeling towards that. And I was like, oh my God. So then I started, you know, a little while longer, you know, a couple weeks or whatever later, I was like, okay, so I guess I am gay and I'm going to have to deal with it now. So.
And then when was the first time that you actually were with another woman in any kind of sexual way at all?
My freshman year, I think I was 15, 14.
Can you tell us how it happened?
Well, actually, it was a phone call type of thing, and she came over one day, and my parents were there, and we were just talking, and she kissed me, basically, and
how old was the girl?
I think she was about my age.
Okay.
16, I think.
And so what happened then when that kiss happened? Did
Nothing.
Nothing.
She just kissed me, and I backed away because it scared me, because I don't know, it just scared me. So, you know, she left, she went home, and then we were talking on the phone, and then after that, we haven't talked since then. So.
Now, you're 16, and Kimberly is your girlfriend now, and Kimberly, you're 21. When did you both get together? How long have you been together?
Not very long, about... We've known each other for about a month.
Okay. Are you an item, or are you sexually active now with each other?
More or less, yeah.
What is that?
Well,
what does that mean?
yes.
That means yes.
Flat out, yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, that's what we're here, obviously. When you talk about being gay, it has to do with your sexuality, so we are going to be asking you. But you are, I mean, but why did you hesitate, though?
Well, part of the thing is that since we live 5 states away, we haven't been too sexually active, but we've been talking a lot on the phone.
Is this the first woman you've been with sexually, then?
No.
Who was the first one? Or at what age was the first one?
I was 15, and her name was Jennifer.
And mine is Janina. It's not that, you know, I have no problem with being gay, with anyone being gay, but I wouldn't want to be gay because I wouldn't want to have to deal with what you guys have to deal with.
Yeah, well, people say that a lot, and people give us a lot of crap about it. Oh, why are you gay? Can't you get a man? And they put us down for it. I mean, like, why the hell would we choose to be gay, to be put down by the rest of the world?
Yeah.
And I think that's...
Do you have guys that say, if you had just slept with me, things would have been different?
Yeah. With a man and see how it feels.
So what was it? Now, you've had sex with a boy, although you were young, you were 12, and you had sex with a woman when you were 15.
I wouldn't say that I had sex with a guy when I was 12. It wasn't complete sex.
It was a sexual experience, though.
Very. It was like a 2-second deal. It was just...
See, there's the problem right there.
It didn't feel right for me.
Can you compare the difference when you were with the boy when you're 12, you're with the girl when you're 15? How is it different physically, sexually for you?
Personally, the sex part of the whole thing doesn't really matter to me. Emotionally is where it really counted. I don't know what the difference, I mean, the difference between a man and a woman emotionally, me being with another woman, I don't know, they know themselves, therefore they would know basically what I would want too.
But if the sex isn't important, you said you had an emotional relationship with the guy that you loved.
But I think it was more of like a best friend deal. I loved him, but I was not in love with him, you know?
Well, Kimberly, you came out when you were 16, right? You're 21 now.
Yeah.
When did you know that you were gay?
Well, when I was in 5th grade, I didn't know. I kind of started fearing it because, you know, all the words that go around when you're that age, you know, oh, queer, homo. And there were kids at school. I was a tomboy, as you can tell. And I got called a dyke, and it really upset me, and I took the defensive right away. And
Is that as offensive a word as it sounds like to me?
well, not now.
No, it's not. I always thought it was a
now.
very offensive word, but
No.
but when you're in your early teens.
Well, yeah.
It's hard.
It's more. It's derogatory then.
What was the first sign to you that you thought that you were gay? What happened to you? What did you do something or attracted to somebody or what?
Well, the first sign to me was that I would go through phases. I would get one friend, one very close friend, and be with that friend for months, and then all of a sudden it would be another friend for months, and after a while and when those people would have other friends over, go out and do things with other friends, I'd get extremely jealous. And I wondered, I was like, well, what's this all about?
Did you
And I
too? Did you
hated
also,
it.
Angela, same thing?
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah.
So that was your first sign that maybe
Yeah,
you
I
liked girls
hated it,
too?
and I wondered, and then when I got into high school, it was even worse. And
But you had sex with boys too.
yeah.
A lot?
Pardon?
A lot?
No.
More than once?
Yeah.
So how was it for you?
Boring. Extremely boring. Another pretty word. gross. And
But what made you know that boys weren't right for you?
because I thought, you know how the girls at school were all attracted to their boyfriends, and oh, we did it 8 times. Oh, wow. You know, and
Yeah.
I was like,
What's the big
you
deal?
enjoyed it? I mean, you're bragging about it?
It's not the sex thing about it. It's deeper than that. It's not the pleasure of being with a man or a woman. It's the emotional and the spiritual part and the feeling of it.
See, you sound older than you are. You're only 16 years old. Doesn't she sound older? Because I know people have to be listening and watching thinking that you're not old enough to know what you want yet. Because, you know...
Oh, I know what I want. I know. I'm a very I know myself very well. Whenever you're starting to think about when you're gay and stuff, you start asking yourself questions, you know, why this, why that? And then you start to know yourself a lot better inside. And so I guess that's kind of part of it.
So there's no chance of any boys anymore for you?
There's no chance. I will probably not marry a guy. But I didn't say that I would never date a guy, you know, go out and have fun.
Oh, that's interesting. That's
But
very interesting.
I'm not bisexual. I wouldn't kiss him. I would just, you know, go out with them and have fun.
Okay.
And I would tell them
But you
that I
definitely
was
wouldn't
gay.
have sex with a man?
Oh, definitely.
Okay. I would like to take a break, and we're going to come back. You're going to meet a 16-year-old girl, another 16-year-old girl, who was interestingly raised in a lesbian community. We'll be back in just a moment.
Overwhelming evidence indicates that the cure for the disease of illiteracy is the restoration of intensive systematic phonics in every classroom in America.
Learn to read with Hooked on Phonics, the musical reading program. Then, read to learn with SRA reading comprehension used by over 60 million people.
Hooked on Phonics worked for me.
Call 1-800-ABCDEFG.
For all your sinus symptoms, choose the #1 brand recommended by pharmacists, Sinutab. Relief for prisoners of sinus suffering.
Something big is coming from Certs. Yeah? A breath mint with extra mint for extra cool, fresh flavor. Sounds big. Bigger than you think.
New sugar-free Certs extra flavor mints with resin. Try 'em.
I'd like to, but I can't get up.
A refreshing new way to be certain with Certs.
The Ragu chef introduces new Ragu Super Mushroom Pasta Sauce.
There is no such thing as too many mushrooms.
I love mushrooms.
Big mushrooms, little mushrooms. Mushrooms intensify the flavor of the sauce.
He makes ragu chunky garden-style super mushroom with as many mushrooms as these 3 mushroom sauces combined.
I love to look at them, smell them, hold them, count them, put them in my sauce.
New ragu super mushroom.
Extraordinary sauce.
Starting now, there are 2 kinds of clean, whisk and without, cause there's a whole new kind of detergent. New Whisk Power Plus. Whisk without. Now there's a clean you're proud of. Whisk. And a clean without. On greasy stains like this, ordinary detergents barely budge the grease. Even detergents with bleach can't really move it. Only Whisk Power Plus has a unique organic cleaning system. Watch. When it comes to clean, now you're either whisk or without.
Some young women who are gay and young. They are as young as, or 2 of our guests are 16, 17, 18 years old, and it's just that you're in the infancy stages of your emotional development, and I just want to know that, because Angela, you were kind of, you are sure you want to be with women, but you might still be with guys.
No. I would, if a guy were to ask me out, I wouldn't say no, because part of it probably because just I don't want to be rude. And I mean, no, I don't mean it like that. I mean, it's hard to explain. It's, if I were to, I would tell him before I would say anything. I was like, well, you know, I'm gay or whatever. And if he's like, well, gee, you know, but if he's cool with it,
okay,
that's awesome, because that's a really good friendship that you can have between somebody.
So you would like to have a male friendship, but Kimberly, you don't want anything to do with men. You said men were, what'd you say, gross?
Well, no, I didn't say
men
were gross. I said...
You said they were boring and gross.
My sexual experiences with men have been gross.
How? I mean, what was so bad that happened?
Well, for one thing, the guys I've been with kiss like piranhas. They just like swallow your head. And there's just more sensitivity with women. They know how they like to be treated, and therefore they can treat you that same way.
I would imagine that's a big advantage of a gay lesbian relationship, because you know what you like. Yeah.
Now, is it more friendship, or is it more, I mean, you were saying how it was more friendship than sexual before, but I mean, when you're 16 and 17, I had a girlfriend, and you know, I was going out with her. I was 17, she was 15, and we went out for about 5.5 years. We were engaged to be married, and then she told me that she liked her friend who was a female better. So she left me for another woman, basically.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
How did you feel about that when she told you?
Well,
What happened with me is that I broke up with my boyfriend because I did not want to hurt him because I'd met somebody else.
see, I should have known the signs. Like, she would take showers with her friend, and she would sleep with her friend in the same bed, and I didn't pick up on that. I was kind of naive because I loved her and I was going to marry her, but...
You didn't want to be naive.
I didn't want to...
Wow. But you must have been devastated.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, I went through a lot of depression. I gained like 80 pounds, and I went on an eating binge, and I was real depressed, and came out of it because I knew it wasn't my fault. I didn't do anything wrong.
And when did she say... Yes, it's true. After it was all over, when did she say she knew she was gay?
Right after, she pushed for the engagement, oddly enough, and she told me, she suggested that she wanted her and I and her friend to get together. And we had never had sex before.
Oh, man.
And I said, I was putting the cart before the horse. I said, what about you and I, you know?
Can we have your name and number for another show, please? We want to talk to you after the show.
Did that hurt you more than if she would have left you for another man?
It had. See, it's not the point that she left me for somebody else. It's the fact she didn't tell me. She was just waiting all these years, and I should have picked up on the signs, really. I guess I was kind of naive at that age, and I finally grew up and went, wait a second, why is she taking a shower with her, and why is she taking an hour, you know? I figure it out.
Oh, yes. Okay, the lady in the hat. How about you?
This question is for Angela. Do you have any brothers or something that have done something to you? You had a bad experience with them that made you turn?
With my brothers? Yeah. Oh, God, no. I love my brothers to death. I have 3 brothers and a little sister.
I was sexually molested whenever I was 5, for 2 years, for 5 and 6, by a neighborly boy who was 16.
This is for Angela also. I was very young when first time I had sex, and I just hung in there and stayed with it. And you just... I'm just saying, I hated it my first time too.
You tried to?
I tried to. I felt bad.
Yeah.
My question is, why do you all try to look like guys and act like them? If you're attracted to the female thing, the women thing is kind of like a man.
Kimberly?
Can I say something here?
I'll let Kimberly respond to that.
Okay. How many women do you see wearing jeans, a t-shirt, and a sport coat? Quite a few, I would say.
A lot.
You're stereotyping me because I have no hair, and I have no hair because I dyed it and it turned out funky
I'm not
color.
trying to stereotype you.
That is basically
Yes, Angela, what?
That is prejudgment.
I know women who look a lot more feminine than you are who are gay.
Yeah.
Well,
How many women in the audience? Do we have a feminine woman who is gay in the audience? Where are you? Looking for... Here we are. This is a feminine...
Do I look like a boy? Do I look like a man? I don't think short hair or like a jacket or jeans.
I don't think that looks. This just happens to be coincidence because I know a lot of the lesbians that look like women. Just for example, going to the bar last night, you can't tell.
How old are you?
21.
You're 21, and when did you, what? Oh, wait, can you hold on? What about okay, I'll be right back. Who was yelling? Who's yelling? Yeah. What?
That doesn't look feminine to me. I mean...
Excuse me.
No, I would run the other way.
Excuse me. Yeah, go ahead. Amy, do you want to say something?
I really do. I want you people to understand this, okay? People that are gay have to learn to be very open-minded people, okay? They have to be very open-minded. They have to deal with a lot of things, a lot of abuse, a lot of mental abuse, and people really, they come down on gay people because we like women or men like men, whatever, okay? I had hair down to my butt like 5 months ago, and I had that all my life. I would look like that all my life. But I really wanted my hair short. It wasn't because I looked like a guy. It was so that people like her would say, why you look like a guy?
And it wasn't because
so I could answer. No, it's just so I could answer with this, is that I think that...
You know what? If you can look at the panel, we have some very feminine-looking ladies up on the panel. Not that you have to look one way or the other, though.
Well, me and Allie totally agree. This is, even me and my girlfriend agree on this. I totally believe that everyone comes down here like in a shell, okay? You have a body. You come down here. I think, as a gay person, I think many guys are very fine. They have nice bodies. Marky Mark has a very nice body. He's very fine, okay? But
can we take another? We have a quick audience question. 1 second, please. Yeah.
Yes, I have a question. How do your families feel about this? I had a best friend for 4 years. We're no longer friends. It wasn't because she was gay. I didn't know for 4 years. It was devastating to me. And I was hurt. How dare she not tell me? I didn't even find out till, last year when she broke up with her boyfriend that she was gay, that she didn't share it with me. I was her best friend
because not everybody reacts in a positive way when you tell them.
No, she knew that I was liberal. I cared less if a person's gay or straight or whatever, but I felt it was very unfair to me. This is the person who said she'd take my children if something happened to me, but she didn't feel open enough. She could take my kids, but not tell me she was gay.
Did your friends accept this? Okay, Angela?
My parents, I think the problem is with a lot of parents is for one, from like my ex-girlfriend, for example, they think that once you tell them that you're gay, that you're a totally different person, and you're not. My parents, on the other hand, are the most loving things, and I'm so proud to have them because they accept me, and they still love me, and they don't think I've changed a bit. I've been the same person.
Is your mom here?
My mom is right there.
Okay. Where's she? There you are. Stand up for a second. We'll take a break. We'll take a break and come back and talk to Angela's mom in just a moment. Okay?
pasta recipe will make your fork twirl.
The news knows.
All dressed up. Know where to go?
The news knows.
When should you use timeouts for temper tantrums?
The news knows.
What are the coolest clothes and the hottest styles?
The news knows.
What are the best ways to get in shape?
The news knows. When you want to know, turn to the people who know. The Greenville News. It pays to know the news. Subscribe now for 3 months and get 1 month free.
I mean, I'm breaking the law by driving without a license. That's the truth.
Even a suspended license isn't stopping them from getting behind the wheel.
Do you always drive on a suspended license?
No, sir, I sure don't.
Then why are you driving now?
Well, I was just going home.
This week, an exclusive Target 4 investigation will shock you. It will make you mad and leave you demanding action against drivers who have lost their licenses and continue to hit the roads.
I'm not denying that. I mean, I can face the responsibility.
Who's responsible when someone's driving under suspension? An exclusive Target 4 investigation. Tonight at 6 on News 4.
If you've been injured on the job or in a car wreck, you may be hurt worse than you know. Don't sign any insurance releases until you've talked to a lawyer. We at the Dick James Law Firm have been helping accident victims for a long time. We have the experience to make sure that you'll get the best settlement possible. Don't worry about our fee. We don't get paid until the case is settled to your satisfaction. Give us a call. We'd like to help.
Call 298-0000 or 1-800-988-9898.
Whirlpool Gold Ring Dealer. Hi, John Dalton and Fred Fuller Appliances, Greenville's oldest appliance dealer. We've been in business for 60 years, and we sell Whirlpool home appliances. We beat the superstores. We have free delivery, no hidden charges at Fred Fuller Appliances. We have Whirlpool ranges, washers, dryers, refrigerators, even buildings, a complete line. We're located at 1440 Lawrence Road, Pleasantburg Shopping Center. See me, John Dalton, for that great selection of Whirlpool appliances.
Choosing your Medigap coverage is confusing enough without getting a runaround. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of South Carolina makes it easy. Just return the application you may receive in the mail. Or make a simple phone call. Call today and discover the values we've added to the new standardized Medicare supplement policies. Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Because when you get down to the core, insurance companies are not all alike.
If you're in the mood for laughter and a great time, come be a part of the Jenny Jones studio audience. For free tickets, call 312-836-9485.
This is Debbie. This is Angela's mom. Angela is 16 years old. She's said she's gay. She's not going to ever be with men sexually again. She knew when she was 13. When did you know that she was gay?
Well, I just found out about 4 months ago. She doesn't live with me. She lives with her father in Texas. So she came up to live with me in August, and I kind of always had a feeling about it because she had a lot of friends that were gay. But I kind of asked her, and she says, "No, Mom, I'm not." And I think she was afraid to tell me because I always had this image of her getting married and, you know, walking down the aisle and having children. And
have you accepted it?
Yes, I have.
Do you feel like, because she is only 16, do you feel like she's able to make that decision at 16?
Angela's very strong-minded, and I think she has made up her mind.
She is a mature 16.
Can I give my mom a hug?
Yeah, you can give your mom a hug. Go on up there and get... Thank you.
Yes, I want to say one more thing. I love her very much, and she means the world to me. No matter who she is and who she turns out to be, I stand by her, and I love her.
You are very lucky. You are very lucky. You didn't go that way for a lot of people. You know that. Although I want you to meet our next guest, who is also 16 years old. She was adopted by lesbian parents at a very young age, and her own birth mother is also a lesbian, right?
Yeah.
But you went through what you call a bisexual phase first.
Yeah.
This is Laura, by the way. I didn't say your name. When did you discover boys and or girls? At what age?
Well, I started going out and messing around with boys in about 7th grade. And the summer between 9th and 10th grade is when I started thinking, I fell in love with my best friend. and I started thinking a girl.
But you had sex with a boy at a young age, right?
No, it was during that same period while I was thinking, and I started having feelings towards women. So I think part of the reason that I slept with this one guy.
How old were you?
I was 15.
15. How was it?
No, I didn't like it.
What was wrong with it?
It wasn't, I didn't get off on it. I mean, I mean, it was disgusting. It wasn't, I mean, I felt kind of degraded in a way.
So you said you were 15. You weren't younger than 15?
No, I was 15.
And then when were you with a woman for the first time sexually?
When I was 15.
Also 15.
Yeah.
What was the difference? You said you felt degraded when you were with a man.
I mean, maybe it was just that particular guy, because I used to mess around with other guys, and usually I felt violated in a way, or...
So you've never had a good experience with a man?
No, I've had okay experiences with guys.
Sexual?
Just messing around.
Yeah.
The whole sex thing, though, is no, it's not, no.
And have you been with a lot of women since then? Because you're very young. You're 16.
I haven't been with very many women.
5, 6?
Less.
Less than that?
Yeah.
What is good about the experiences with a woman that didn't happen when you were with a man?
It's more emotional for me. It's really gentle. It's really familiar, kind of. Whereas a guy's body, I'm like, well, you know what? I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's like my body. It's the same.
Have you been? Do you drink sometimes when you're with women? Because my understanding is that you've been a little lightheaded some of the times.
Yeah, a lot of the times when I've had sexual experiences with any sex, well, when I used to mess around with guys too, usually a lot of the times I was under the influence of something.
And what? Was there a reason for that?
I don't know if it's because I discovered, drugs, or, well, not drugs, alcohol really, and sex at the same time, or I think it might be because I felt uncomfortable. I felt maybe I shouldn't be doing this, but it's okay.
When did you come out about being gay? When did you come out about being gay?
About a year ago.
A year ago?
Yeah.
You don't seem terribly comfortable with it. You're not yet?
No, I'm comfortable with it now.
Have you been with
a couple months ago, I was not.
Have you been with a woman sober?
Yes.
How many times? Once? How long ago?
About a week.
Yeah. But there is still a guy, from what I understand, that you're still kind of have a thing for.
I went out with a guy about 2 years ago. I was a freshman in high school, and it was really kind of puppy love. And I still think he's a neat guy. I mean, we didn't have sex. I wouldn't want to. But, I mean, he was like a good friend. I mean, we got along really well. And he's a nice guy, but I'm not sexually attracted to him.
So you're sure that it's over again for you and guys forever sexually?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, my mic. Let me take a break because I think we're having a problem with the microphone. And when we come back, we're going to talk to Allison, who is 17 years old. Allison says she wants to have babies, but sex with men makes her sick to her stomach. We'll be right back.
He's big. He's purple. He's your best friend. He's...
Oh, hi, everybody. I love you. You love me.
Now, Barney, that lovable purple dinosaur, is available on home video. It's a collection your preschooler will love, offered only from Time Life Video. With Barney, your children will sing, dance,
Mr. Knickerbocker, boppity bop.
and learn while having fun. Your child's collection begins with Caring Means Sharing at the special price of $9.99. This video is packed with songs, skits, and activities as Barney and friends show your kids how to love and respect others and themselves. Then every other month or so, your child will receive other fun Barney videos, like Our Earth, Our Home.
We'll help protect the earth and keep it clean.
Yes, we will.
Carnival of Numbers.
We love to do the number limbo.
And Alphabet Soup.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Call this toll-free number now so your children can have their first Barney video. Caring means sharing, to watch over and over again for $9.99. And if you order with your credit card, you'll receive a free Barney in concert audio tape featuring your child's favorite Barney songs.
I love you, you love me. We're a happy
I love you, Barney.
Here's how to order.
Call this toll-free number now to order your first video of Barney and Friends. Caring means sharing for the introductory price of $9.99. Use your credit card and you'll receive a free Barney audio cassette, Barney in Concert. So call right now.
Have you ever had a date that was an absolute nightmare? Was your date obnoxious? Did he embarrass you in public? If you had a date from hell, we want to hear about it. Call us at 312-836-9498. That's 836-9498. We've been talking to Laura, who is one of our panel of gay women who are very young. Laura, you're Mike. We didn't fix the microphone problem. You're 16 years old. Two of our guests are 16, two of our guests are 17. They're 18 years old. And I asked you earlier, I said that you didn't seem comfortable with your sexuality, but I think on the break you told our producer that you were just nervous about being in front of people on TV.
Yeah, it's a little intimidating being in front of a lot of people, but if I wasn't comfortable with my sexuality, I wouldn't have said I'd be on
well,
the
I
show.
didn't mean, that's fine.
National television.
I won't question your choice either. I just was reacting to the way that you responded. You seemed to kind of hesitate, and you said you sort of had a thing for this guy, and I thought maybe that you still might be bisexual.
No.
You're definitely not even bisexual.
No, I'm not bisexual.
Have any of you guys ever gotten smacked around because you're lesbians?
I have.
We came real close to it the other night.
Oh, gosh. You had a couple of situations, didn't you? At a mall somewhere?
We were
at the mall?
there was one at a mall where me and my friend and Jenny and a couple of guys were walking in this mall, and these guys were a little bit on the queenie side. So we were walking through the mall, and these guys start following us and start calling us dykes and faggots and all. And then by the end of the time we got out in the parking lot, there were like 20 guys out there waiting for us, and we called the cops, and the cop arrested like 2 of the guys.
I'm sure that's not, you probably all had some sort of confrontational experiences. That's what I was talking about. If I were gay, I'm not sure I'd want to tell people because I don't want to have to face those kind of confrontations. Yeah.
Going back to the appearance, if you don't like people criticizing you for being gay, why do you make yourselves more presentable with short hair and so on?
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, we don't make ourselves presentable. This is how we feel comfortable. We like to be comfortable. You can walk around in public. You can kiss your girlfriend. You can hold her hand. But if we do it, we're showing off.
But didn't you say that you don't like being criticized at the same rate?
No, I did not say that. I'm not feeling criticized in any way. But this is me. This is how I've been forever. And
let me introduce Allison. Allison, do you want to respond to that too before we talk?
Yeah, I think that we're all individuals, and I think that our outer appearance has nothing to do with who we are and what kind of, human beings we can be in society, okay? If we choose to have short hair, there are many straight women, heterosexual women who have short hair, and I think that's great.
Well, but it doesn't, but how dare you?
Excuse me. If you're insecure about having a different style yourself.
You know what?
Jenny.
So I have short hair.
I'm going to piss off her. Wait a minute, let me give you the mic, because I have a problem with what you're saying, too.
We all...
What the short hair? I mean, every guy in here has got short hair. Some might have a ponytail, but it draws more attention you having short hair.
So,
I mean, no, Allison's short hair. Allison's short hair.
Excuse me.
Allison's short hair, it still looks feminine.
Excuse me.
Stereotype is a bunch of crap. Come out of
Her hair still looks feminine, though.
Excuse me.
But why should they have to look feminine? Why do you have to wear lipstick and have long hair to look...
view of women. That are so much more butch than you are that would make you look like a little tiny boy.
Amy, do you want to say something?
I want to say something extremely bad. That is so sad. Man, let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something. No, excuse me.
I didn't criticize any of you.
No,
wait a second.
Did you say we don't look feminine? Didn't you just say we don't look feminine? Is that what you said? Because I'm going to tell you something.
I didn't criticize you. You said...
What are you afraid of?
No.
I'm trying to talk. Let me talk and I'll tell you. Let me talk and I'll tell you. You said you didn't...
He's more feminine than us.
You said you didn't like being criticized. I said, all I asked is that the more attention you draw to yourself, the more you're going to look criticized.
Excuse me.
The more you're going to be criticized. That's all I said. I didn't say anything wrong about you being gay or anything.
I feel...
Okay, Allison.
Excuse me, Allison, please, shut up a minute. Listen to me. Listen to me.
Say what you want to say. Let's get off the subject.
Okay.
Last chance, Amy. Say what you want to say so we can move on. Are you done?
He's so stubborn. No, listen.
Okay, let's get off the subject because it's not even...
Jenny, I've been trying to say this for the last 30 minutes. Look. I'm trying to get through your head, okay? I don't even look at myself as a female. If I was a male, I would not look at myself as a male, okay? These are bodies. My soul, my spirit, the mouth that I'm using, okay, is me. The only reason why my hair is short, the only reason why I decided to cut it off was to prove a point that my haircut, without this do-rag on my head, without this handkerchief on my head, it looks good. I might look like a guy, but I am not a guy. I do not have a penis, okay? So that does not make me a guy.
Okay, let's get off of this and get on with it. I want to talk to Allison a little bit. Allison, you want to have children. You want to have children.
Yeah.
You said that having sex with a man makes you want to vomit.
No, it doesn't. Honestly, I had a boyfriend, okay? I had a boyfriend for a year. And
well, before you say that, that is exactly what you told our producers.
Yes.
Now you're saying that that's not the case.
No. It doesn't make me sick, okay, because I cared about him. I don't enjoy the sexual activity, but I will not degrade men, okay, because I didn't enjoy it, okay, you know.
All right.
I don't agree with that because, you know, there might be women who have experiences with other women, and they don't need to degrade lesbians because they didn't enjoy it.
All right.
I don't agree with that.
So you are 17 years old. Everyone looks older. Maybe I don't know. You seem older than 17, but just a mature 17, I guess. When did you know that you were gay?
Okay, when I was younger, it clicked when I was like in 7th grade, and I go to this gym, you know, where I live, and I was just going by the aerobics floor, and I saw this aerobics instructor, and I said, you know, she looked very nice, and I said, you know, I want to get to know her. And my heart started beating fast, my palms were sweaty. I was like, oh my God, and I never felt, I had like inclinations of those feelings when I was younger. You know, like when I was like 6, I would write letters to my sister's girlfriends, you know, friends, and I didn't know why I was doing them because I was too young to really understand.
When you were 6 years old?
Yeah,
you were writing what kind of love letters to these girls?
Yeah, like big googly letters, you know, those big block letters, ABCs and stuff.
I remember that.
You know, and I used to do silly things like that, and it never clicked in my head until I was about in 7th grade, and I was walking to the gym, and I started having all these emotions, and it was very confusing. I didn't really understand, you know, and at that time, at that point in my life, I was insecure with you know, about my emotions because it was very difficult for me to deal with that at the time.
You're one of the ladies up here who actually had a guy say he was going to change you.
Yeah.
Would you tell? We're going to take a break, and would you tell us about that when we come back? We'll be back in just a moment with more.
How much pressure can you put on the tip of a nail before it breaks? It depends on how you care for it.
Skin Science Update from Vaseline Intensive Care.
I'm Joan London, and at Vaseline Intensive Care Research, they've developed a hand and nail formula containing keratin and liposomes. It softens skin, and it makes nails 30% stronger. A fact you can check for yourself. They have a money-back guarantee.
30% stronger nails. From intensive research comes intensive care.
Right now, there are thousands of children around the world who have never even seen a telephone, but their very existence may well depend on having this one ring. One call, your call, to this toll-free number will put food into the mouth of a starving girl in Africa, or help a Native American newborn make it through his most critical early days. Maybe you think others will care and call, but you can't count on that. Now's the time one precious girl or boy needs you to get involved. So please, pick up your phone. Your gift of just $20 a month won't be used as a direct handout. It will be combined with the monthly gifts of other caring sponsors to help your child by supporting projects that benefit all the children in his or her community. As a sponsor, you'll get a photo and a personal story of your sponsored child, letters and progress reports. Please, call now. The silence is killing the children.
Call 1-800-453-6200.
Coming up today at noon on News 4.
Good morning, this is Sterling Benson. The search resumes for 5 skiers missing after a weekend avalanche in Aspen, Colorado. We'll update you on the efforts to find them. President Clinton is turning his focus to the situation in Bosnia today. He meets with the UN Secretary General. Also coming up today at noon, a great makeover in our Best You Can Be segment. I hope you'll join me and meteorologist Chuck Bell for those stories and much more today at noon.
People living with pain keep thanking me.
Thanks, Joe.
For telling them about Flexol 454, the aloe vera-based pain-relieving gel recommended by the athletic trainers of all major pro sports.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Joe.
Flexol, America's #1 pain-relieving gel. #1 at helping people feel better, live better, work better. If you're living with pain, get better. Get Flexol, the pain relief pro trainers recommend.
For a transcript of today's show, please call Burrell's at 1-800-777-TEXT. That's 1-800-777-TEXT.
Okay. Allison, you're 17 years old. You came out at 15 about being gay. Didn't you lose a good friend because you came out about being gay?
Just recently, an incident happened, and this is very interesting. I met this girl that I thought was very attractive in one of my classes, and I approached her, but not sexually, not hitting on her, just, you know, because she looked interesting, and I wanted to get to know her. So I talked to her, and after a couple of days and we talked, I told her I was a lesbian, and she's like, okay. I said, I don't want you to discriminate against me. I think you're wonderful. I said, let's get to know each other and stuff. And she's like, okay, just don't discriminate against me because I'm straight. And I said, don't worry, So we became really good friends, and we did stuff together. We went out together. We did, just for months and months. And then after a while, just like recently, we stopped hanging out for like 3 days, and she told me she cared about me, she loved me, man, she loved me as a friend so much that, I could spit in her face and she would still be by my side, loving me. And that, that touched me as a friend. It's very, everybody like that, And so we were tight. And then I called her up one day, and we're talking on the phone, and we had a conversation, and she says to me, Allison, you know why I don't want to hang out with you? You know I haven't talked to you in these past 3 days? And I said, why, She's like, because I hate homosexuals. I hate homosexuality. Meanwhile, 2 weeks ago, we were laying on the floor together naked, and we didn't really have sex or anything, yeah. So it shocked me. It just blew my mind because she wants to be right. She wants to be
Do you think that's...
She said that to me, and her explanation, she's saying, I just want to be right. I want to be spiritual, and I don't, and in the Bible...
She was, what, 17?
She's 17.
Yeah. It's hard. She was in denial then, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what happened was I said, if you feel that way, call me back when you're ready to discuss it instead of just telling me you hate that's part of my life. You know me. You knew that I was a lesbian when we became friends.
Yeah.
You know me in my mind and in my heart. You know who I am.
I want to ask Amy a question. Amy, you've to be truthful, you've had kind of a tough life. You ran away from home, what, 6 times? You've tried to commit suicide? How many times?
Various times.
More than 3 or 4 times? Is it because of your sexuality that you did?
It was, for the first 2 years, it's so hard. I want to apologize to you. I'm very sorry.
You're apologizing to the guy who
yes,
said you shouldn't look like... Was it because of the way people reacted when you came out?
No, what happened was I was living in Georgia, okay, and there, it's not talked about. It's not talked about subject. And I started feeling for my best friends as, you know, time was going on, et cetera, you know. And I didn't know what it was. I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know what to call it, you know, or whatever. And I just couldn't be attracted to guys to save my life. I just couldn't, you know, and it was very hard. So, you know, I tried to commit suicide. And,
at what age? You're 18 now.
14, 15, 16.
What did you do?
I was slicing my wrist. It was like, it looks like a crease right here. Like if I've been on my wrist, that crease.
You still have scars?
Huh?
You still have scars even now?
Yeah, it looks like a crease on my wrist.
And so you really didn't want to live?
The only thing I was scared of was the pain when I was cutting, you know. I would like sit there and cut it, and then I would just take it one time, you know, and see if it would just do anything. I mean, I didn't know that it was straight up is how you're supposed to do it.
But then what was going on with you that brought you to that? Was it the way your family
I just couldn't be myself. I mean, when you're gay, okay, you can't. When you don't want to come out, when you're afraid, or you don't know what the feelings are, you feel so confined.
I would think that it's dangerous to come out. I mean, people have been killed for being
But I'm so
gay.
happier. I'm so much happier.
Because what you can't communicate runs your life.
I mean, why? I mean, I would not to say, I mean, all these people to stand up and say, oh, I hate you, you're a homosexual, I hate you, because you like a girl. Because you do this and because you do that, you're different, okay? That's wrong.
Misguided.
And I will be who I want to be. And I'm proud to be gay.
I'm proud of you too. We'll take a break and come right back.
I hate to clean. That's why I love this fantastic. Did you see it? It cuts through grease without leaving the film. So when I have company coming, I have time to do the really important things, like wipe the lipstick off the milk container. Fantastic. So clean, it squeaks.
Alka-Seltzer Plus Nighttime. For relief without alcohol, hit the box, not the bottle.
Every day, you've got the choice to feel your most beautiful with Salon Selectives. From Helene Curtis, Salon Selectives gives you the choices you need for salon beautiful hair, salon beautiful feeling. Choose your shampoo level, your conditioning type for a personalized combination and feel like you just stepped out of a salon. Choose to be your most beautiful.
You're about to see a whole new side of Effordent. Introducing two-layered Effordent. The white side helps clean and deodorize with Arm & Hammer baking soda. The blue side also has more mint to provide more freshening power than ever before, making this the best Effordent ever. Introducing two-layered Effordent. Clean, fresh dentures come out of the blue.
All right,
class. I went to college to get ready for an electronics career. But that means 4 years of classes which really don't relate to electronics. So I switched to ITT Technical Institute. In only 2 years, I'll have my associate degree and be ready to start my career. Not just another year of school.
Call ITT Technical Institute at 1-800-942-0088 for this informative brochure. That's 1-800-942-0088.
In just 3 years, South Carolina's infant mortality rate has dropped by nearly 13%, thanks in large part to the partnership that we've developed through the Caring for Tomorrow's Children campaign. But 13% isn't nearly enough. So we're expanding our partnership throughout the upstate to carry this crucial campaign even further.
Caring for Tomorrow's Children. The Governor's Office, Blue Cross Blue Shield of South Carolina, George Coleman Ford, the First Savings Bank, and your friend Ford.
If you just tuned in, all of our guests are in their teens, 16, 17, 18 years old. They are all gay. They're very brave, especially Amy is very brave for coming on here and talking about it. And you took a lot of heat from this guy, and when we went to a break, you didn't see it, audience, but you walked down over there and gave her a hug. Now, I want to ask you a question. Stand up for a second. Do you feel, now that you know these people a little bit, do you feel any different than you did at the start of this show?
Well, the whole question to begin with, it wasn't to criticize any of them. They said they didn't like criticism about being gay, and I asked them why they dressed or had their hair the way they did, because it would bring more attention to them. And she took offense to it, and she jumped, you know.
Do you accept the fact that they're gay and they're entitled to have their own?
It's everybody's opinion to do what they want in life. It's their life. I mean,
Why'd you go up and hug her on the break when nobody was looking?
I didn't mean to upset her, and she came up here first to apologize to me because she jumped at me, and I felt bad that I hurt her feelings.
Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Try and take one more quick question. Yes, what do you want to say?
Hi, Denny. I just want to say, you know, men, when they look for girls, they look for a pretty body, pretty face, and pretty hair. What do you guys look for in a girl?
Same thing. The same thing you look for in a guy. Personality.
It doesn't matter to them, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah. Right.
We'll be right back.
She didn't understand me. I'd say, let's have a nice white grape raspberry Boku. We're adults. We can choose. Boku is adult flavors. There's no straw involved. We're talking full tab here. And can you believe she wouldn't even let me go to the juice box aisle, and she'd drive by the supermarket to see if my car was parked outside. I hear now she's seeing a juice box counselor. All I wanted was a Boku.
Boku fruit juice cooler from McCain.
Is that too much to ask?
Inches away.
Set your body free in 93. Lose all the weight you can for $79 at Inches Away. Start now and get results with our nutrition plan and painless exercise program.
The staff at Inches Away is wonderful. You're always greeted with a smile. You're always encouraged and motivated. And they even serve you treats sometimes.
With Inches Away.
Don't burn up money when a divorce or bankruptcy is only $175 at Presley & Associates. Call 297-7772.
Retirement is a time for choices. When you choose Countryside Village, you can live your life your way at your pace with a caring staff to tend to your needs. For those who need a little extra help with daily living, personal care apartments are available. And coming soon to Countryside Village, Countryside Health Care Center for short or long-term skilled nursing care. Countryside Village, close to family, church, and friends, where care is a commitment.
Hey, Sam, how you feeling?
This headache and neck pain is killing me, man.
You didn't call the Plus Chiropractic Center, did you?
No, I'm going to call them now.
If you're in pain and need help, we will see you. Don't let cost stop you. No initial payment required. Affordable payment plans will bill your insurance. Same-day appointments. Call the Plus Chiropractic Center in Anderson at 224-9775.
Sam, you're looking great.
Great. Can I wear it tonight? Excuse me? Kidding.
New Ultra Intensified Liquid Tide. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide. When you run out of Ultra Liquid Tide, don't throw it away. Fill her
drop with a new Ultra Liquid Tide refill. You're using less plastic. Less plastic is good for everyone, and saving money is good for you.
He protects all living things in the forest, but he can't do it alone. Please don't play with matches. And never, ever forget the words of Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
It's a fact of life. If you're in an accident, you may need a lawyer to represent you. You want a local firm that is sensitive to your needs with an office in your area. You want a law firm that handles only personal injury claims, auto accidents, workers' comp, accidental death, and Social Security disability. You want Henson Law Firm. Henson offers 24-hour emergency service and free over-the-phone consultations. There's no charge to call us with your questions and no fee until your case is won. Serving North and South Carolina. When you need them, Henson Law Firm is there.
Do grown-ups actually work? I mean, all they do is tell us what to do. Timothy Wheeler.
Timothy Wheeler class starts at 8 o'clock sharp, not 8:01, 8 o'clock.
Timmy, button your shirt, tie your shoes, comb your hair, stand up straight, wash your face.
Luckily, there's dinner time and no rules. That's why there's Sloppy Joes by Manwich. You could eat them any which way you want. All which makes their rules easier to take.
Not yet. Not yet.
Sloppy Joes by Manwich. No rules.
Join Whistle 100 WSSL for the Grammy Awards.
Wednesday night at 8 on TV7.